What would Halloween and hoodie season be without some new Westside Gunn music? What is good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Mob. If you are rocking with this content, go ahead and smash that like button for your boy. Hitting the like button is greatly appreciated. Also, subscribe if you haven't. But today, I'm going to hit y'all with my thoughts on this new project from Westside Gunn entitled Still Praying. Buffalo underground rap legend, trendsetter, curator, and game changer Westside Gunn has given us back-to-back projects in just a matter of days. On Halloween, he released his 11 EP. The following day, November 1st, he had blessed the streets with the full-length project, Still Praying. His official follow-up to his polarizing 2023 release, And Then You Pray For Me, a project which saw Westside Gunn and the Griselda family experimenting with more trap beats than usual. Now, I did enjoy the project more than some. It wasn't flawless, but quite a few fans thought the crew was deviating too far from their traditional production aesthetic. But it seems like this new one, Still Praying, is, at least from a production standpoint, a direct response to the criticism about them switching it up too much, because it becomes quickly apparent that Gunn made it his mission on this release to come with enough Boom Bap to shut the folks up who were displeased. Like, y'all gonna take this Boom Bap. So this project is also a gangsta grillz edition in that it is hosted by DJ Drama once again. And I often see complaints about Drama's voice ruining songs. But that's just a mixtape DJ thing that I remember being around since the 90s. So personally, I don't have an issue with it. And Drama is definitely going to bring that hyped up street edge to his projects. And we have scratches courtesy of the well-respected Static Selector, which was pretty dope. Now, the feature presence on here was a lot smaller than what we have seen on recent Westside Gunn releases. He kept it very in-house. This time around, this contains 14 songs lasting approximately 37 minutes. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with that track-by-track breakdown. What we essentially have is a two-part opener or a double intro. The first being Wally Faye, which has some vintage trumpets, a sample that I believe was used recently on the Eddie Kane and Big Ghost album. This is followed up by the second interlude, Justin Roberts, where we get this grim guitar to set the mood. But the first actual song is Beef Bar, which has this sparkling boom bap beat courtesy of Denny LaFlare. And on this one, Gunn talks about drinking water, looking leaner, his skin even being cleaner. But still, despite that type of self-improvement, he's down to risk it all by still doing a drive-by out his Jag. Some things will never change. As a whole, though, this was a solid opener, although there was a lot of talking on the back end, which I could have done without. Track 2, Max Caster finds Denny LaFlare bringing in these rugged bells. It gives the track that Wu-Tang Killer Bee's dungeon flavor, like you could just envision Method Man as a feature. It's grimy as ever, and I like the sonics, but I did notice that Kamala Harris caught a stray while Donald Trump didn't. That's not really fair. I'm not really feeling that. And without getting into politics, there's some misinformation. You know, Kamala Harris did not lock up thousands of black men. And Joe Biden gave checks. It wasn't just Donald Trump, but moving on from that, I did like when Westside Gunn said, bullets flew off his head, gave my shooter a chest bump. This is followed up by Dr. Britt Baker, and it's backed by the dusty Golden Age inspired beat from Muggs that was smooth as ever. There is a Mac Miller-like hook from an artist named Brother Tom Sokes, who I was unfamiliar with, but I thought he came through with a solid verse. Yeah, overall, there was a sunny, feel-good nostalgia to this track. This is followed up by I Know Verdi, where we have this murky 90s like bass line. This feels as if it could have been dusted off a vault from, like, let's say 1995. And when Gunn is on point with the imagery, he's on point. Like when he said, Westside, Chicago, eating Harold's, me and Kimberly, San Jose, Sharks jersey on, Master Tiffany's. But then we get real cringe with a line at the very end like, Sheen gun on my titty. Like, I know what he was trying to say, but we do get this modern change up sonically with the Derringer produced Speedy 40. There's more of that menacing trap quality here. The beat seems like it was tailor-made for Bodie James. It's a banger, straight up and down, and I did like the eerie chopped and screwed like hook. This is followed up by the highlight Duran Duran, which has a spooky piano-backed instrumental from J.R. Swiftz that has that creepy, unnerving quality, and I think it's one of the more underrated tracks. Immediately after is Runaway Pieces at the Last Supper, and there's this off-kilter, colorful production. There's sort of a Dilla meets Griselda flavor going on. The scratching from Static Selected is certainly on point, and it gets me hype, especially when he kept bringing back. We used to have Wars, Tommy Hill versus Nautica, You Know Me, Flies LaGuardia, Pick His Body Up. This just echoed that mid to late 90s New York mixtape DJ energy. Something that you maybe would have heard on a Tony Touch tape. After that is the Bike Air interlude, where we do have a psychedelic, moody beat from Muggs with some spoken word from A.A. Rashid. Kind of wish there was rapping on here though. What comes next though is Free Shots with Hall and Nash. One of the standouts where Conductor Williams delivers with this fascinating gospel sample that might give you the screw face. The energy here is insane. It's short and sweet, and the chemistry between these two is definitely felt. I do wish it was a bit longer though, still. And this is followed up by the Posse Cut, Still Praying, a record that I'm kind of on the fence about. Hardcore Griselda fans, don't kill me, but there was something about this subdued, spacious beat that I wish could have been maybe broken up a bit, or there could have been some type of a beat shift because the energy was a bit low. Fortunately though, the rapping was strong enough to carry the track. You had an impressive back and forth between Gunn and Conway, and very solid performances from Stove, Bodie, and Benny. Stove did kind of steal the show with his catchy hook. Let me know in the comment section if you love this track, or if you wanted just a little bit more from it. Who knows? It might grow on me with couple more listens, maybe not. This brings us to the second to last track, Underground King, featuring Westside Pootie and Rome Streetz. It's set to this dreamy boom bap instrumental with bells and chimes. It's nostalgic, golden era tinted. Gunn gave a solid performance, but I'd say Rome Streetz was the MVP, especially with lines like, "They sick, I'm like Magic Johnson, they wonder if I still got it." Then this project wraps up with LaSalle Station, where we get a shimmering beat from J.R. Swiftz with the colorful Crayola vibes. It's a backdrop very fitting for Raekwon's vocal sample at the very beginning. And I was thinking how ill it would have been if we actually got a Raekwon verse on a Griselda project. That's something I'm still waiting for. But yeah, this was a dope track, even though it contained just one verse and ended abruptly in a barrage of gunfire. So overall, I'm gonna give this project a rating of a strong 3.5 mics, maybe rounding it up to a 4. Look, I think this is a solid return to form album from Westside Gunn, as cliche as that may sound. It's a back to the basics boom bap release that's likely going to satisfy enough day one fans, the ones who were a little leery of their recent production choices. I must say though, even though I enjoyed the production for the most part, I thought there was a sameness to some of the boom bap beats. You could even argue that they weren't some of the more innovative boom bap sounds either. But still, they did tap into a certain vibe that he was obviously aiming to achieve. But like with most Westside Gunn projects, the songs are very short and do feel a bit underdeveloped. We did have more rapping from Gunn here, which could be a pro or con depending on how much you enjoy Westside Gunn as a vocalist. So yeah, the project wasn't quite as ambitious as far as having the big name features as more recent releases, but it's still a solid return to form album at the end of the day, where he is playing to his strengths, perhaps just a bit too much. My favorite tracks include Max Caster, Dr. Britt Baker, I Know Verdi, Speedy 40, Duran Duran, Runway Pieces at the Last Supper, Free Shots, Underground King, and LaSalle Station. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out. As always, it's peace and blessings. Westside Gunn, still praying. One.